Good morning again. Yule, December 20th through 23rd, when the sun passes into the sign of Capricorn. Yule is a remarkably easy Sabbath to celebrate as a solitary Wiccan because, as with the other Sabbaths, many of the symbolic actions spill over into secular celebrations of associated holidays. The most challenging of the traditional events associated with the Yule Sabbath might be the feast. You can accomplish the feast by engaging in the typical seasonal gathering of family or close friends to share food and conviviality. Your spiritual reasons for the celebration do not have to be shared by the others at the table. You are all celebrating joy at a time of friendship and warmth. The Yule log is a central symbol in the Wiccan Yule ritual. Depending on the sources you consult, the Yule log is most often a piece of oak decorated with evergreen boughs, mistletoe, and holly. The log symbolizes the balance of the god, the oak, and the goddess, the evergreen, and is placed in front of or atop the altar. In the past, the Yule log was burned as an act of sympathetic magic to encourage the sun to return. If you have a fireplace, you can witness the glories and moving transformation of the log as it burns and releases the energy with which you have charged it. Older traditions call for retaining a small charred piece of the log, preserving it all year to help start the fire in which the next year's Yule log will burn. The ashes of the Yule log are said to have great power. Keep them and sprinkle them in your garden in the spring to bless the garden. In these modern times, when not many people have access to a working fireplace, the Yule log has become a candle holder. By drilling 1 to 3 holes in the top, you can place candles into the Yule log and burn those instead. The number of candles you use will depend on what you want the log to symbolize. 1 candle, often red or yellow, represents the god as he is born. 2 candles, often green and red, represent goddess and god. 3 candles, often white, red, and black, can represent the triple goddess or the triple aspects of both deities. Wreaths of evergreen, ivy, holly, and mistletoe are also commonly used in Wiccan Yule rituals. Some Wiccans lean these items against the altar or place them on the altar's surface. You can place the wreaths around a red taper or pillar candle that represents the god. The circular shape of the wreath recalls the cycle of the seasons and the cycle of life. Once the wreath has been blessed by its inclusion in the ritual, hang it on your door or in your window, or wherever it may extend its blessings to the rest of your property or personal space. A vigil by candlelight on the longest night of the year is another common modern Yule tradition. Ideally, you can light the candle in the center of your wreath or the candle in your Yule log at sunset, and they burn all night, their warmth and light coaxing the sun to return. At dawn, the flames are extinguished. If you have the opportunity to burn your Yule log, this makes a wonderful beginning to the Yule vigil. Don't worry if the log is not big enough to burn all night. The Yule log only needs to be the first log on the fire. It will feed the subsequent logs you place in the fire, extending its magical association to the fire itself as long as it burns. As romantic as this tradition sounds, it is a challenging one to actually perform. Many of us are expected to work the next day, and it's impossible to forego a night of sleep. Sitting up alone is also more challenging than staying awake in a group of people. It's too easy to fall asleep, no matter how spiritual you feel. As a solitary Wiccan, you have the freedom to perform your Yule ritual at whatever time you choose, without inconveniencing anyone else. Perform part of your Yule ritual at sunset, the evening before the day the solstice arrives. Bid farewell to the sun as it vanishes into the darkness for the longest night. symbolically extinguishing your candle to symbolize the darkness of the longest night. Then, wake up before dawn, or earlier than that if you usually arise before dawn in late December, to light the candle once again and perform the second half of the ritual to welcome the sun's appearance. If you choose to leave a candle burning all night while you sit through your waking vigil, take the proper precautions. Burn a candle that will last for at least 16 hours. Have a fire extinguisher as well as water and/or sand nearby. Burn the candle in an appropriate holder that will catch any spilling wax. Don't place the burning candle in a draft. Make sure there's nothing too close that might catch fire. Spray any greenery nearby with plenty of water to wet it before you light the candle. If you choose to decorate your log or god candle with artificial greenery, place it at a safe distance before you light the candles. Artificial greenery burns quickly and more dangerously than real evergreen does. Try using jar candles, the tall pillar type candles encased in glass that burn for 40 hours, for safety. Jar candles are stable and reliable, and the flame is kept away from flammable substances and protected from drafts. Thanks for taking the time to learn with me today. This is your reminder to go out and be a person, and I hope you have the day you deserve. Bye!